Oh yeah, baby. Welcome to the inaugural Crown My Run relay race. My little crownies. It's Allison, it's Jack, it's W Mills, and it's myself, J Mills. We are taking part in the Tempo relay race set up by Wes from temposhop.co.uk based in Eastbourne. Thank you to Wes for giving us a race entry. And this race, what does it entail? It entails each of us doing a 2.7k out and back loop, and then after everyone's done it, we all go again for one final 2.7k. Allison first, then Jack, then W Mills, then me, J Mills, and then I've got to do it all over again. Let's go. Here we find W Mills waiting for his turn. Allison went first, doing her leg in 10:19, 3:45 per kilometre, putting us in 4-4-5th place. Jack just coming in now on the right, Will's away. Jack with a 10:25, brilliant effort. As I said, we are in either 4th or 5th position. Will Mills absolutely flying out the blocks. That Meads runner just ahead. He is either 3rd or 4th. We don't know, but we're just going to try and hunt him down. And I think that might happen pretty quickly if Will continues at 3 flat a kilometre.
Go, Will.
What a specimen. Meads runner must be quaking in his boots. PB runner on the right there, loving it. Will having a glance down at his watch and realising if he continued at that pace, he wasn't making it to the turnaround point. But 400 metres in, he settles into a more sustainable 3:35 to 3:40 per kilometre. And he's just keeping a little bit of distance between him and the Meads runner ahead, which is probably sensible, because if he did creep up right behind him, I reckon some egos would start coming out and they'd both push each other and probably die in the last 500 metres. Will's already breathing heavily, 170 heart rate. He's still got over 2k to go. 700 metres in, that pace is dropping now to 350 per kilometre. That's more like 5k pace. It's time to get on up behind him, W Mills. Good boy. Now, big decision. Do we wait here or do we push past before the turnaround? He was going so quickly opening 400 metres, he can afford to just rest a little bit before the turnaround and then push again on the way back. They've picked the speed up a little bit there. I saw 3:45 for a second. Will's very much thinking about going through. Is he going to do it? No, he just decides to stay for now. I'm enjoying this. Will has gone through that first kilometre in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. And that is on to break the 10-minute barrier, which I know he's very keen to do so. 1.1k, and it looks like maybe he is just starting to struggle to stick with Meads runner. It's only a few extra strides ahead, but hopefully that's not a sign of a bigger drop-off to come. But as we approach the ramp, there's a little bit of confusion. W Mills uses that to his advantage to get straight back on him. And here we go, down everyone's favourite ramp. There's some members of the general public just chilling there. Of course they are. Luckily they get through unscathed. Will is right behind Meads runner. The little hill is coming up. Can he scamper up it ahead of him? Or is he going to still wait until the final push for home? Is he going to go for the move there? No, he's still sticking just behind him. But at least that little side quest is over. Oh, no. Oh, W Mills has used and abused that poor Meads runner. He sat behind him for 1.4k, and now he says, see you later. But although he is trying to go with him, you can see his feet just to the left there. 3:30 per kilometre coming out here. I don't think either of them will be able to keep that up till the end, but I'm loving the optimism. I think Will has just about got the job done, though. Look at that pace. 3:15 per kilometre to see him off. But will that kick be too early with over a kilometre to go?
I got him.
Our mate Liam flashing past on the right, and Will has enough in him to wish him well. 3:30 per kilometre still. This is really, really good stuff. His lungs will be burning, but there's less than a kilometre till home. You can make it, Will. 3:20 per kilometre briefly. Through 2 kilometres and a 3:40, only 5 seconds slower than the first kilometre, having to go down that ramp, probably quite similar if it was just your standard turnaround. But does he have anything left in this final 600 metres to pick it up anymore? Or is he just going to have to flop over the line? 400 metres to go, and I'm still seeing 3:30 per kilometre. This is such a good effort from W Mills. 3:25, he's gradually picking it up again. Final few hundred metres, can he dig just to find a couple more seconds to help us maybe get a podium? Having to thread the needle through a couple of runners there, but no harm done. He is through. He can see the finish line. I am waiting for him. Oh, so close now. Can he manage to do a little dip in the tooth for Daddy? 3:20 per kilometre. Yes! Grunt it home. You can see my yellow top, 3:15 per kilometre. Any more in there will do. I think he's left everything out there. Such a good effort. Here I am waiting for him to come in, bursting to get going. He comes in, I get the go-ahead, let's go. Will's finishing time, a 9:51, so he had managed to go under 10 minutes, 3:34 per kilometre, with the final 700 metres actually at 3:27 per kilometre. But look at Jay Mills out the blocks. I just hit 2:35 per kilometre. I thought Will went out quick, but my legs were just feeling absolutely sublime when I went out the blocks. When I looked down and saw myself in the twos, I thought, oh no, whoopsie-daisy, let's just try and slow down. But you notice sometimes when your legs feel so good, you're trying to slow down and you're just not slowing down very much. I'm still, another little dip into the twos there. And you have that slight thought, am I now the GOAT? Am I going to drop 3 flat per kilometre for 2.7k and then just carry on running and do a low 16 5k? Maybe. Probably not. But the main goal was to keep those Meads runners behind us. Will had managed to put about 10 seconds on them, and we were sat in either 3rd or 4th place. We weren't really sure. We just knew we wanted to beat them and have a chance of a podium, even if it turns out we were actually battling for 4th. At 400 metres, my pace is finally starting to come down from that suicidal pace, 3:25 per kilometre. I was actually aiming to try and hit 3:20 per kilometre. I did a 3k time trial a few months ago and did a 9:43, which is 3:14 per kilometre. I know I've lost a little bit of speed in the last month from going to Glastonbury and a stag do, so I thought 3:20 would be a little bit more sensible. And also, I've got to run 2.7k directly afterwards. I said, Will, should I go quite a bit slower than this? And he was like, nah, just go for it. You'll be fine at the end. So I'm basically going all out here, and then we'll just see what happens when I have to run another 2.7k afterwards. I'm through 1 kilometre in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. That 3:20 goal has gone out the window, but I didn't feel like I was slowing too bad. I felt like I still had enough within me that I could hold this pace, or at least not lose too much time in the second half. Approaching the infamous ramp, praying that no members of the public are on it, and actually I attacked it as hard as one can when they have the turning circle of a donkey. Oh, actually lovely little apex. Use the curb on the outside, bring it back to the middle, apex again, don't mind that little bit of a corner cut, whoops-a-daisy, round the outside of this Heathfield runner, and then I went super quick up the hill, as quickly as I possibly could. I just didn't want to lose any average time on my watch because of that silly little ramp, and we come out the other side, 1.3k to go. My heart rate has climbed significantly there to 182, and all of a sudden it started to feel quite terrific. It's almost like a 3:15 first kilometre was a little bit stupid. Who would have thought? I'm 5 minutes in, and it's here where I realise I've got to run for another 15 minutes. And I'm running along, full of regret, full of worry, but I still want to see how quickly I can do this 2.7k, so I'm just going as quick as I can. 800 metres to go or so, 3:25 per kilometre, my 5k PB pace, and I'm not in 5k PB shape, but sod it, we'll deal with it later. Second kilometre reached a 3:28 with the ramp. That's still pretty good going. Sounding fully in control. Definitely can do another 3.4k. Just let me at them. I want second. I want first. Couple 100 metres to go. Would it be sensible to bring it home without a finishing kick? Yes, of course it would. But of course we always want to try and have a little cheeky dip in the twos. 3:15 per kilometre. I'm not sure I can even muster up getting in the twos just like Will could. And I've left it all out there. I can see the finishing line now. I feel pretty miserable. I really hope Alison, Jack and Will go out slowly because I have not got much left. As Ant and the Rovers flash on past, my finishing kick is non-existent, 3:30 per kilometre as I flop over the line.
Around, Johnny, around this.
And the lads and Ladettes are off. I come in 9 minutes 15 seconds, 3:22 per kilometre. The Meads runner in the fourth leg had basically matched me though, so we were only 10 seconds ahead of them in this final leg. And oh no. I've absolutely fucked it. I'm walking.
I can't. They told me to go for it. I told them no. So it's their fault.
That's referring to William, not the other two. The lads on the side encouraged me to get jogging again at least. But I can barely move. I've royally cocked this up. I was slower than I hoped. I was in more pain than I hoped. I've got nothing left. But we are still ahead of the Meads boys for now. And I'm managing to shuffle along at about 4:15 per kilometre at least. But God, it hurt.
Fuck me. Don't go last.
Oh, stop complaining, you little bitch. Get going. Oh, no, the Meads runners are coming through. No, 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 come back. Don't go any quicker. Come on, let me latch onto you. Just, no, you're getting away. No, I'm trying to speed up, but 4:05 is all I've got. We're 3k in now. We've got 2.4k to go for me to try and get something back to kick at the end, but... oh, this has gone very, very wrong. I'm so sorry. They're all looking at me like, you stupid prat, there's a podium right there, and you're letting it slip away. Come on, you prick. And Alison did let me know just before that last time she did this race, she actually won it, and I try and gather everything I can to push on to not slow us down anymore and let that gap to the Meads runner not extend any further. And my heart rate has at least come down to 174. But we are not going along very quickly. 420 per kilometre, 425. They're getting away.
I'm so fucked.
That's the attitude.
Oh. Well, I'm not even moving. What are we doing? What pace are we doing? Oh, it's so quick. I'm sorry.
Damo flashes past on the right, and even though I cannot go any quicker than this, I'm pushing as hard as I possibly can. The Meads runners, they are still in my sight, and if I can still see them there with 500 metres to go, I still believe I maybe could find something then, but golly gosh.
Okay. Glenn James. Meads runners look weak.
Yes, Jack, that's the attitude, but if they look weak, I resemble a snail on a wet day wandering around at London Marathon. Will and Alison setting the pace at the moment, breaking the wind for me as well. We've sped up a little bit now to 4:10 per kilometre. The Meads boys are easing away, but I still have hope as we dip into 4 flats per kilometre. But I've decided I feel mildly better now, and I take the lead for the first time as we dip back into the 3s ahead of the ramp. Alison nabs ahead just before it, and again we get lucky that there are no people on it, so we can take it as quick as we possibly can. Up the hill the other side. And as we come out, we have 1.3k to go. Just about see the Meads runners in the distance. Can we mount an assault? And Alison wants that podium. She starts laying down some money. 340 per kilometre. That is hopefully enough to start catching them. 335, all aboard the Crown Express. Less than a kilometre to go. But those little Meads rascals weren't getting much closer to us. So with around 700 metres to go, I make the decision to push on, take the lead, and try and drag the lads and Ladettes with me. 330 per kilometre now. And look who it is, little boy D Mills. But no time to say hello. 325 per kilometre. 600 metres to write our names in history. I look behind to check the homies are with me, and I see Alison right with me, but I have split up the pack significantly. But I thought it was the only way to catch the Meads lot ahead. Jack moving ahead of Will now. Is he beginning to struggle? Jack now moving along with serious purpose, trying to bridge that gap to me. Come on, let's go fuck them up. Back to me, and I was definitely catching them. I felt like I'd caught them by maybe 4 or 5 seconds in the last 400 or 500 metres. Maybe there was just about time to get there. 300 metres to go, and I didn't realise quite how much distance I'd put on them. They'd waited for me, and I just fucked off at the end, but I really wanted to try and get those Meads runners. They do start catching me right at the end as I hit a huge wall and slowed up big time. There was no kick left in me. I'm at 188 heart rate now. My pace has slowed to 350, and the Meads runners are just dangling a little carrot ahead of me, but I can't get there. I think we're going to have to settle just behind them, unfortunately. As we approach the line now, and Jack is now only a few metres behind me, Will and Alison managing to put up a finishing kick into the 310 per kilometres, and we finish now.
Oh, no.
Now, where actually did we finish? There we are, my little crownies, in 5th position, so we were battling for 4th, not 3rd. 10 seconds behind the Meads runners in the end. It cost us at the start of that final leg, I'm so sorry. But we did manage to win the mixed relay. Here we are celebrating Crown's first ever victory trophy. Thank you so much to Alison and Jack for joining us. Although we did create a little bit of controversy. The Hastings mixed runners finished in 9th position and were 2nd on the mixed, and they had 2 boys and 2 girls, and they weren't happy that we only had 1 girl and 3 boys. Well, we did previously plan to have 2 girls, 2 boys, but one of the girls got injured. And who was it that won the mixed last year? Very intriguing. That does look like 3 guys and a girl. I don't remember that causing any controversy. I joke, but we'll see you at Hastings Parkrun this weekend.